allowed the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay.
She
Off your mic.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun ti dé ọ̀rẹ́ aráyé. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. Thank you so much for joining me as usual. So please share the broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Maiyegun today. Probably have read the news of the EFCC invasion of Dangote's headquarters in Lagos. It's a long story. Urging why the cracker for tonight. Tinubu want to fight certificate forgery. Isn't that funny or ironical? He has actually taken actions, by the way, except for the Chicago State University certificates. Farouk Shadia Umar, the former minister of what's that again? Humanitarian Affairs, and the missing 37 billion naira. The EFCC. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, share it, like it, and sit back. Enjoy. Today. Good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun Live for those who are watching it live. And when is Maiyegun Live? 8 p.m. every evening. 8 p.m. UK time. Once you can set that, that is the moment you will see Maiyegun live. Anytime after that, you will be watching a replay or a premiere, just so you know. So, thank you so much for joining me again tonight. And for those who have read the caption and the description, who have shared, and those who have indeed liked the broadcast, thank you too. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, something happened, okay? I mean, as we do always, okay? After reading the headlines, you read the description, then you listen to Maiyegun puts the pieces together so that for those who have seen the news here and there and just shrugged off, like on Maiyegun's diary Politico, I tend to give it the life of its own, where you are seated right there, you will probably be thinking, how or what does this truly mean to me and to the people around me? And that is why I keep reminding the brethren here, right, that defending APC, Egbekegbe, and any of their policy is like self-sabotaging, self-destruction, like you are destroying yourself indirectly. It's like putting a rope around your neck, and hoping that once you snap like that, it won't kill you. Or simply put, like what do you call it? It's like drinking poison and hoping that it's not going to kill you or it's not going to harm you. You know, something happened, ladies and gentlemen, and it was this guy. I think his name is Abu Umar. He's an investigative journalist. He has heard about how Nigerians were buying university degrees from some of these African countries. And once they present those certificates to the NYSC, the National Youth Service Corps, the certificate is authenticated. Here you get now. And it is original. But how did they get those certificates so easily? It is about money. With 600,000 naira, the guy then went on investigative journalism, where you could get degree in any kind of discipline or subject or what have you, with 600,000 naira in 6 weeks. And they are not fake, like fake. Do you understand? It's just that you won't have to attend classes. You don't have to write examination. You don't have to write any thesis. You don't have to defend anything. All of that will be done for you. In 6 weeks, you would have a degree, a certificate, all right, for a course of maybe 3 years, 4 years. But because of the destroyed educational sector in Nigeria by the Nigerian successive governments, a lot of Nigerians are spending a fortune. They are spending fortune to acquire education outside Nigeria. Sometimes they in Nigeria, foreign certificates like certificates from universities or institutions outside Nigeria could give you a bit of a leverage if you have to use it in Nigeria. Then politicians and everyone like out there were getting these certificates like fan ice cream. You know that fan ice cream? So the guy went on, and when he got his certificate delivered to him, everything he needed was delivered to him. He proceeded to the Nigeria's NYSC. Meanwhile, when you sign up for NYSC in Nigeria, they will take your fingerprints to confirm that you actually was present for the youth service. Thumbprinting, that is biometrics. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know why that kind of always happen. Just give me a sec, okay?
Let's be poor. Breathe. Don't suffocate them. We have that responsibility. Let's be poor.
Sorry about that. Sometimes, my software just sort of pick my hand gesture and then it would kind of act on it. So sorry about that. So as I was saying, Nigerians goes to Ghana, Togo, even this Cotonou, Benin Republic, Kenya, South Africa, Chad, Sudan, Egypt, Uganda, everywhere. People kind of just go everywhere, So when the guy now proceeded to the NYSC, despite the fact that he had already served, all right, before he became a journalist and all that, okay, he served. So the system didn't pick him. In what they later came back to say, it's because he used different phone number. That was why he wasn't detected. So the guy presented the certificate like everyone else, signed up for the NYSC, same name, same age, same everything, and he was accepted. He served, a few months after he just came out with his reports, shattering report, the one that puts that university in Cotonou, Benin Republic on the spotlight. And not just the university, that's university. Every institution in Benin Republic. And in Nigeria, the NUC, that's always sort of certified your universities as government approved, so that every course they offer will be government approved. Here, NUC, Nigeria University Commission, what do you call them? National University, Nigeria University Commission. So they also issue the same certificates to other institutions all over the world. It is called accreditation. So accreditation means government has seen that they are genuine and every of their products, yeah, is genuine. So immediately the news broke. Remember, normally it is not all Nigerians who kind of got their certificate from outside Nigeria bought them. But with the reports, Tinubu's government, with their knee-jerk reaction, they decided to discredited when you accredit when you accredit an institution and later you kind of take back the accreditation. What do you call that? The accreditation will be discredited. I know it's not funny. So they decided to say everyone who has a certificate from Benin Republic, past and present, and those of you in your thousands, just forget it. If you love, if you kind of like or love yourselves, the ideal thing is to stop paying any school fees to them anymore. Whatever they give to you is useless in Nigeria. But they took it a bit, a notch further. They added extra about like 17 other universities across like 9 countries. So, because they want to stop those who are using forged foreign certificates in Nigeria. Meanwhile, the president, Tinubu himself, never actually attended any school. You know his story. That is the irony now. So all of you who went to school in Chad, Niger Republic, all of you who are schooling in Uganda or Kenya right now, your schooling and all of that. And please don't let any, I don't know, maybe they will tell you, if Nigeria is not going to take it, another country will take it. I don't know your plan. I'm just saying. Here you get. A lot of you were waiting to, to round up. Because in those countries, you don't, you know what I mean? In those countries, they don't experience strikes like Nigeria. There are those who couldn't afford sending their families or their children. I'm talking about all normal people, not even like politicians and all that now. Like, you don't have to feel sorry for those ones, okay? Like, you know what I mean? However, not everyone has the kind of money to send their children, okay, to London, to America, to Canada, to all those top choice places. Here you get, or Europe. There are those who are genuinely pursuing the academic, the academic excellence and all that within Africa. Now, what Nigeria is saying is that because a lot of you want to go back to Nigeria and go and do that youth service. You go and do national youth service, NYSC. Because it has to be in your credential. It has to be in your that you served. You went to NYSC and all that. So the point here is this. You can no longer do that. This is their reaction in treating those who are using fake certificates, despite the fact that Tinubu himself never attended any school for real. The only person who said the truth about Tinubu's education was fraudsters Otobokeyamo. I remember a member here who said, every time you mention that Festus and you call him, that like, I'm so sorry, guy, right? Not you, not Festus, you, but it's just what it is. I mean, I don't think there's anything I can do about that, right? But it was fraudster Otobokeyamo that said the truth, something closer to the truth. He said, Tinubu was homeschooled. Here you get. Tinubu was homeschooled, which means everything Tinubu knows was self-taught. thought. Do you understand that now? So that he was a accountant, auditor general in Mobile, or this or that. All of them are fake, by the way, as evidence. You know what I mean? Like, it's everywhere. However, the only thing that could be closer to the truth is that he was homeschooled. He did not go to any school. Because when Tinubu in 1999, when Tinubu filed his governorship INEC form, when he filled that, Tinubu said he went to St. Paul Aroloya in Lagos. There is nothing called St. Paul Aroloya, Lagos. No, never existed. Okay? Tinubu said he went to the government college, Ibadan. Ladies and gentlemen, there was nothing there. What do you call it? He never attended any government college because the supposed people were supposed to be his classmates. But he said he went there. They didn't know him. Like, no, we don't know him. This was 1999. Tinubu said he went to University of Chicago. But because Nigeria system, a rigged, corrupt system, he managed to wriggle around it because he had immunity as governor. He cannot be sued and he cannot sue anybody. That's the story. Fast forward to 24 years later, Tinubu came back with another lie. This time around, he attended Government College Lagos in 1970. There was no Government College Lagos in 1970. The school was not founded until 1974. Tinubu graduated from school that doesn't exist, that did not exist. Yet, all of this evidence, Tinubu spent millions of dollars in trying to stop the Chicago State University from releasing his school credentials. We all saw all of that too. Now, today, the same man is now promising to jail certificate forgers, and he will treat them as criminals. While he treats those certificate forgers as criminals, the rest of you should look for elsewhere to get your certificates. Because as it is right now, if you take Kenya or Uganda, or you are somewhere in Togo or Ghana, maybe your own is Benin Republic, which started it all, or you are currently schooling in Niger Republic, I don't even know what you are studying there, or in Sudan, the ideal thing for you right now is to begin to look for something else to do, except if you are not planning to use that degree certificate in Nigeria. So that's actually like, you know what I mean, using the sledgehammer to kill a fly, because they have no plan to go after any forged certificates. It's called knee-jerk reaction. The rest of you right now, who are going to be kind of affected by all of this in these countries, God knows, currently, some of you are watching me, by the way. You are not even sure what I am talking about. Some of you don't even like, you are looking for somebody to tell you, explain to you what this announcement means, because you have no idea, like you cannot even like comprehend it. Do they mean that as I am right now in Kenya, my certificate is not accredited anymore in Nigeria? Well, a lot of you probably know some of the schools accredited to Nigeria when you are signing up for them. But as it is today, whether your certificate is fake, whether you are original student schooling there, they haven't made a proper clarity on this. So I know a lot of you will be looking for explanation from them. Sorry, what about those of us who can present all our details? I know, I'm just telling you now. The announcement is that don't come back to Nigeria without palio, because the best you can use it for is to look for those who they use and wrap buns or puff. But if you are so if you know how much you put into that, if you know how much, effort and all of that you put into acquiring that degree, you may call a photographer, may they take your picture, tell them to print a larger frame for you, put them in your living room to remind yourself that you once schooled in Kenya. You are a doctor from Kenya. You are a doctor from Uganda. Under Tinubu, the certificate forger, person wey no go school, don't turn your certificate to old newspaper, whether they take rap bonds. Sometimes when I say this, I try to, they might sound funny, but they are not actually meant to be funny. You know that. And I'll continue to remind you. The reason why I choose to make it a little bit lighter for you is that what can you do? What are you going to do? Are you going to start crying? Somebody said, I was watching your program there last night. Honestly speaking, I started crying. I felt so like I was so worried. I was so scared and all of that, because a lot of you can't really handle the truth. Sometimes when you hear the truth, right, you wish so hard for it not to be something else. But I always want you to understand that every action of these guys, they have the impact on the real life impact on real people. So how do I try to kind of not make you so sad, heartbroken, just simply because you are sitting there? Maybe you even just stumbled on this channel tonight. Somehow, in the last 10 minutes, you are feeling connected to it. And you are laughing, even though it's not funny, like I said. But the bottom line is that you are paying attention to the reality of having wrong people running a country. Okay? When they make decisions, they make them in the name of, we are reacting to that, we must do something, and all of that. Then later, when all of you have been put into that state of confusion, you are not sure what is next. I mean, I don't understand. Somebody said that those of us, they know, but they don't care. Then they would begin to say, okay, those of you who were originally, you have to come to Abuja to come and do a verification. They will open it. They will open, not because they want to help you. It's because they want to open the door, another shop for another boys. They will call it job for the boys. How far with that announcement about Kenya? My brother, I have been going to Abuja almost every month. They said we have to go to the NIMC to go and do verification. They said we have to go to the court to do affidavit. They said all of us have to present this or that, and they are even asking for money. Is that a Nigerian way? Put you in that confusion, no. Not because they want to solve forgery. They are all forgers. They are all criminals. They are not going after anybody. They are not investigating anything. So at the end of the day, a lot of you are still going to go and give them your millions so that they can say, after the second thought, we have now decided that there are some of you who are really, really genuine students, and we have verified them. It's how much it costs to do verification in Abuja. Well, if you want to do it yourself, is that not what they do to you? If you want to do the verification yourself, it will cost you about 1.2 million. But if you don't want to appear, there are some agents. Yeah, you don't need to appear. Remember, now because people know they need to go school and they are having degree from these places, that is why they said all of you call LFE degree you need to lay. Go and use your degree as part of your decoration in the house. So, but suddenly you will think they want to solve it, Abby. They will open another door. And then they will have agents that you have to pay to. You don't need to appear to do verification. They will send you your verification. Don't worry about it. 2.5 million. And then you will begin to pay again. Then that one will cast. Then they will say, hey, see this problem. You see this problem of forgery? Now that person has come with another idea. The idea is you have to come and do verification in Enugu. Everybody go pack their bag again. Then they go Enugu. On top certificate, we no even go get you job. Last, maybe na Dangote truck you go to drive. For those who are lucky. I mean, they have PhD drivers. Something they were so proud of. Oh, Nigeria has no job. Dangote Consortium. Dangote Consortium is the highest employer of Nigerians. They even have PhD who are driving trucks. Really? Yes, they are the highest paid, 50,000 naira per month. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's the system, isn't it? After all of you want to get a certificate here, you want to get this. Person will not go school. Now you're president. Everybody come they argue. He go school. He no go. He go. He no go. I tell you, he no go. He go school. He no go. He will shake the rest of it, just like the case of Bokwari. Bokwari was jobless for 30 years, ladies and gentlemen. Papa, listen to this. Bokwari was jobless. He was useless for 30 years. I have never seen anything like that in my life. From 1985, we then force him come out as forced military coup plotters. The person we first remove civilian president in Nigeria history. Now Bokwari. Now that Bokwari, after 30 months, by 1985, they removed him. They put him under house arrest. He spent another 2 years there. By 1987-88, they released him. When they released him, they gave him small money. They said, listen, take this money. Babangida, take this money and start a farm. Do something with your life. Because, you know, what are you going to do? 1988, he bought 150 cows. By 1998, now still 150 cows, Bokwari had in by. By 2008, 150 cows. By 2015, 150 cows. To the point that people were asking, your own cows, no, they reproduce in the kilori burukugo. Bokwari that was in the military, and all the professional military examinations that all military people go through, Bokwari failed everything. And that is why they will just tell you, when they want to introduce him, Mumumadu, they'll say General Mumumadu Bokwari, GCFR. GCFR is the title they give to you when you become president in Nigeria, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, GCFR. Go and see some of his mates. You go to see EFCC, TCPP, SMRNN, Nottingham, GP, Tank, China, what do you call it? Acrobatic, combatant, battle of whatever. Again, Sanders, UK. Pass. You'll be seeing all their titles in their names. Bokwari no get any. Unproductive. For 30 years. You know, get like jobless. They brought him. People will get job. They started shouting, change begin with me. Change start with you. Change this or that. They can't bring jobless man to be their president. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 years after that, Nigeria became the capital of the jobless people. Unemployment capital of the world. Then gave Bokwari job. They became jobless. The poverty capital of the world. So it's similar to what you have now, Tinubu. like I said, when somebody will no get certificates, become your president, you can't they go also for certificate in Ghana. They also for certificate in Uganda. Where are you going to use it? Dangote refinery. Talking about Dangote refinery, I'm coming. For you to know that as it stands, there is actually no real plan to investigate those who are buying certificates with money from these places. And there is no plan to separate all of you who are legit. Nance president, Kotonu. I didn't know that. What is wrong with all of you now? You just always want to be like your criminal politicians. When you go to schools in Nigeria, you begin to see the SUG president. I say, SUG convoy. Kilote. Is the president, SUG president. Is the one with all this bodyguard. Is he not a student like all of you? Is the president now. That's the EXCO. The EXCO coming. So a lot of them are willing to become the willing tool in the hands of the criminals who are stealing their future anyway. As long as they can give them cars, they can give them all of that. You know, the paparazzi. What is wrong with you? All of you young people. I know. I don't the old now, you know. So I'm talking to you like, like your uncle. When I still live Nigeria, still they do Nance president, Nance this. Nance president, Kotonu. I had to come out and say, hey, you have to arrest that guy who did that investigation. That guy is the criminal. He's just coming to tarnish. President Nancy Kotonu. You knew. Abibeko. I'll share that with you. Just may not be like say.
Yeah, it is a crime. It is a crime, sir.
Has there been anyone ever been caught for such crime in?
Yeah, we've not had experience about that. So we've not seen anything about that. So this one is just something that actually went viral on the social media. So it has drawn the attentions of virtually both the government and everyone. So that's why the government take the necessary decision they took. Right, but I really want to say something. There's a point I really want to clear out on air, because I want to have a conversation with this guy who is called the reporter. All right, because this step he has taken, all right, because he's trying to doubt the credibility of the government. For example, now he went to he after finish, he got his passport was stamped. All right, so his passport was stamped and he was not available. He was not present there. So you are trying to doubt the credibility of the immigration. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, because your passport was stamped while you are not available there. Now, and that aside, this guy served 2019, and he still served again 2023. So you are still trying to doubt the credibility of the youth, that is NYC, because if someone has served before, he can't serve again, because their database will fish out your details and say, okay, this guy has once served again. And if you have served before and you are still serving again, you have to be punished. He has to be arrested. No, I'm just trying to draft a point out.
Okay.
So he has to be arrested. This guy needs to be arrested because I know he's a reporter who is trying to clear out some things, but on that note, you are trying to implicate some persons. Now, because in sense like whereby you are trying to implicate the government, the NYC and the immigration, like I said. So you trying to go serve the second time, that means you need, like, the NYC are not capable, their database is not really working for you to go and serve the second time.
And you don't think that this effort that has been made, excuse me, it's in the interest of even you yourself to ensure that those things don't continue, because you're spending, this is your 4th year, you said, in the school, and he was able to get what you are going to get in 4 years within 2 months. Don't you think that this, in one way or the other, exposes and blocks the way from those who would want to perpetrate this scam continually so that we can block it? And if he served in 2019 and he's serving in 2023 without holding brief for anyone, I mean, don't you think this is another way of saying we have some loopholes in our systems that we need to block?
All right. I'm not doubting that. But then, since this is out already, all right, so we are taking, I urge the government to look into it and take the necessary step as fast as possible, sir.
No, some of you are expecting me to just drop it. Nuisance, Lily. But did you hear his point? To him, investigative journalism is probably new. And I think some of you probably feels like that because according to him, the guy did not go to Cotonou, but he had his passport stamped that he was there backhand, which means that it's forged. Okay. The guy was trying to also expose the Nigeria government too, to show that he already served in 2019, but he applied again a system that was supposed to reject him right away, accepted him. And in fact, it was issued every paraphernalia of a copper. The system didn't discover that. That is his job. That is called investigative journalism. That you have to use fake ID, fake this or that, just to obtain the information and put out there the corrupt process that you are investigating. Alaye said they need to arrest him. He must be arrested. He's trying to disgrace the government. What is investigative journalism? To what? To make the government look good. That's not investigative journalism. If somebody comes out tomorrow with the proper image of Tinubu and his urine bag, like proper one, and then you begin to talk about we should respect his privacy, we should if somebody wants to prove that you don't understand. And now you remember when Kolu returned from France the other time with that syringe attached to his armpits. You remember that time? They've never made that mistake again. Every cloth they wear for him now, they always make sure that it's a long-sleeved. Have you not noticed that too? No, they pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Sure, you understand now? So if somebody come out tomorrow and show us the gas tanky that if Tinubu is using to recuperate, investigative journalism, you cannot turn around and begin to give but what if Alaye Koshidano is investigative journalism? How he got that? That is his own source. They don't share that. So, and when you meet investigative journalists, even if you want to kill them, they will never share their source with you. But in Nigeria, the guy is now asking that his life should be protected. We have a long night, okay? You heard today when they said that Dangote headquarters in Lagos got raided by the EFCC. And a lot of you are kind of wondering why, what happened? Oh, they are investigating Emefiole. And according to them, so waiting now concern Dangote. Anyway, the thing is that, it is still the backstory of the haste of the century. How Bokwari and his brothers and sisters looted Nigeria in a very coordinated way. And a lot of your elites also participated. I mean, there is something that is not new to some of you. How much Emefiole gave to Dangote, even though they did not tell you where their money came from. Okay? And Emefiole came back to tell you that Dangote has paid back 70% of that money meant for the refinery. Even though the refinery is yet to produce a teaspoonful of petrol. However, immediately Tinubu came, Emefiole was arrested, and they said they started an investigation. In their investigation, they realized that as the rest of you are businessmen and women and ordinary people are scampering to look for Forex in order to pay for your daily business dealings, the Central Bank of Nigeria was hijacked by few people, Bokwari and his gang, and the Forex was being allocated to themselves, especially Dangote Consortium. This Boa been about, you remember that guy that is selling cheaper cements, the one that is considered as a deriver to Dangote, and so many other businesses like that, who received different dollar allocation from Emefiole for their businesses. A lot of you started, you had the intention of closing the gap of poor, infrastructure, which has led to poor economy and where people have no real job. A lot of you have jumped into the shark infested water of what they call the investing in Nigeria, and you have been shooed like you have been like chewed, to pieces with all your money and all that, because a lot of you who went into Nigeria's and to invest in Nigeria economy, your businesses, you realize that for you to sustain those businesses, you have to what? You have to pay a lot of bribe to sustain them. Okay? I do not know how some of you businesses in Nigeria do operate or survive, by the way, but a lot of you are living witnesses to what it takes to actually survive. A lot of you are bribing your ways, bribing people, being taxed by people who are mostly non-state actors, okay? And the people like Dangote and some other businesses like that, all right? They have access to all this free money, and you will think you are doing the same business, all right? So while you are losing, they are gaining. The other part of this, their destruction of Nigeria, was to use some of these big businesses. According to Tinubu, he appointed an investigator right now, and the investigator has been releasing some snippets. And on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, just put all the pieces together, and you will never be lied to. Ever. Trust me. So Tinubu and gang pretended that they are investigating the Central Bank of Nigeria under Emefiole, because according to them, Emefiole acted alone. Bokwari did not have a clue, even where Bokwari approved all of the actions. They wrote it in their report that Bokwari was either misled, or he's not really aware, or he didn't even understand, or he was made to sign everything to absolve Bokwari. So the EFCC is now investigating some of the snippets, according to the Tinubu's investigator. How did all this billion disappeared? All this trillions. Where did they go? They now discovered that not only Dangote, other big businesses and smaller businesses in Nigeria were used as money laundering avenue. For example, where you are like, you are running the same type of business, Abi, as you are contemplating on. Some of you are running your businesses on debts right now, but your neighbor that is doing the same business, they don't complain. They hardly make any sale, okay, but they never complain. All right, and your neighbor, everyone is going into nightclub business, and you, where you are in America or Canada or what do you call it, wherever you are in the world, and the moment you kind of hit that money and you go to Nigeria and they take you to that club and you kind of see the life, you see how people are blowing money, Abi, how they are popping the champagne, and you're like, oh, this business makes sense. So hey, how much is it if I want to start a club business? And people begin to do the visibility study for you. The design, all of that is going to cost you. You know what? At least with for area, if you have like maybe 250 million, we can start that. You know, they are doing hotel business. Hotel business is the most selling business these days. So, and they say, you in America, bring your money. Let us open a new hotel for you. And then you have your nightclub. People are not popping Azu. 1 million naira Azu. People are not popping the champagne like you saw them the last few times you have visited Nigeria. Now you are now pretty much like you have to pay the Agbero, you have to pay the police, you have to pay the army, you have to pay the NSCDC, you have to pay every one of all these people. Then you have to pay the tax collector for Lagos State, be your state government. Then you have to pay the local government tax. Then you have to pay the signage tax. Then you have to pay the advertisement tax. You have to pay all of that. And you're like, how am I going to survive all of this, man? What is going on? Because you be mumu. Majority of them are used for money laundering. At least all of you can see them popping Azu, Abi. And they said a bottle of Azu, I'm using Azu because it's like the popular one among people these days. Say Azu, pop Azu, pop champagne. Azu is 500,000. Abi, how much is a bottle? They will sell you 50 pounds or $40 wine. They will sell them for you at the rate of $1,500, $2,000. And all of you will be sitting down there like, hey, civil servants know they do dorime, because everybody they do dorime here and there. Popping it. Because behind the scene, if they pop just 2 Azu or 3 Azu, and all of you saw them say, another drink everywhere, people must have spent like 50 million here. Una never started helping them. Nobody una go take the video, put them on Instagram, put the picture on Facebook, share all this life. Their life sweet. So when you go back to their book, all they have to do is to say, instead of them saying they sold 10 Azu, just put 1,000 Azu. 1,000, put 1,000. Is this money they just stole from Edo States? We need to clean the money for them. It's about 2 billion naira. So we need to clean the money for them before they now convert the money to dollar and take it to Dubai to buy properties. So you know what? Just put 2,000. Put 2,000 Azu. It's like every Azu we sold this week is just about 15, sir. Are you mad? Do you still want to work here? Put 2,500 Azu. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. 2,500 Azu. Then what about Jack Daniels? How much is Jack Daniel? Jack Daniel here, 1 liter. Jack Daniel, 1 liter of that in the UK is about 28 pounds. But when you go to their club, 1 liter of Jack Daniel in their club, they may tell you it's 1 million naira. Money laundering. That's what they said they found with Dangote Refinery, Dangote Consortium. They said For some of you who say, I want to go into the business of a refinery. Do you think there are no people who can do refinery business, who can do all this cereal business and all of that they give Dangote the monopoly for? So when they say Dangote is heavyweight, it is what is going on underneath that makes him the heavyweights. And that is the list they said Tinubu want to know. MC Central Bank, una finish Central Bank like this. No. I need to know those involved. We need to know where that money is. Because the moment, what the criminals, Bokwari and his gang, what they permutated for Dangote and Dangote refinery, una go worship. It's like una go serve like slaves. Una go serve Dangote that is alive now, and you will serve maybe 100 generations of Dangote if Nigeria still exists. The arrangement and all of this money, they are Nigeria's money. Even though they make them they presented them like Dangote. He has he has all these investors. You will see photos of him with Indians, with Bill Gates, Americans, with all the business associates. Because Dangote as a consortium is a front for so many other, I'm not going to say criminal organization or criminal people, but I think I should just say it because it is true. He is a front. He is a quota system billionaire. And every government that comes into power in Nigeria, as an Ajip himself, is their friend. Just ask me what you want, and we can find this place for you. Whatever they gave to Tinubu, after discovering and opening the vault of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and they saw what they did in 8 years, instead of telling you the mess you are in, they have started putting up a theatrical show for you. Theater ni wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe fún yín. Because for those who knows, Tinubu says some dollars were allocated to Dangote. They need the documents. Maybe you know that when the rest of businesses or businessmen and women in Nigeria, when they were scrambling for dollars, and when Nigeria Naira continued to crash and businesses were folding up, when businesses were struggling to buy a dollar for 700, 800 naira to a dollar, the people like Dangote and so many of them like that, they had that preferential treatments that they were just moving the dollars like that. Immediately. Yeah. So, and all those dollars, they moved through Dangote and his consortium, Boa, that one where they sell cheap cement. That one too is building refinery in Akwa Ibom, by the way. Here you get. So all those free money behind the scene, they were supposed to be at least maybe loan. They were not loan. Instead of them to be loaned to be repaid back to Nigeria, they give them slots. How much you bring to this consortium? $3 billion. $3 billion. Okay, 15%. And then a 20% for, and then, okay, you are going to get 45% of the money. Now put the money inside the consortium, and then we'll transfer your share for you. They accused Dangote consortium of Forex laundry. When they launder the Naira, when they steal Nigeria Naira and clean it through the old bogus system like that, they call that one money laundering. You see, when they launder money in dollars, in foreign exchange, they call that Forex fraud or Forex laundering. Big batan for shoni. Whether it is blood money, drug money, and public stolen loot. You see, there is no money they cannot wash. All they have to make it look like is that it is for your own interest. Because once Dangote come up now, it will resolve all Nigeria problem. Now, with the arrangement they make with Dangote this time, I'm talking about Bokwari and gang. Dangote is like their retirement package. Gone are the days when people used to fight for oil blocks. So Dangote is like the last emperor of China. All right? What the last emperor of China did to survive, what do you call it, the sudden death on the throne. If you read, what do you call it? Anyway. So what did the politicians do? They moved Nigeria money, a lot of it, all right, to buy themselves a place that in the future, when Nigeria stops importation of petroleum and Dangote becomes the only one that actually like has petroleum to produce, all of that money coming from that, instead of, they gave him the money, they processed and arranged all the money there, okay? So what happened is that when all of these profits begin to come and they begin to dictate how much you are going to live of what their product is, right? So it simply means they can just be rich for life. The Nigeria that gave the money to them, your money supposedly, okay? That's your business. You continue to serve them as it is. The money is not to help or ease you. The money is to buy their own future. All right? So the last emperor of China, what he did was that they said, in China, with all of the clans, whenever a warrior, when you have a new emperor, for example, other heads of the other clans who are also like generals on their own, they'll begin to plot out to kill you because they want to be there too. So at the end of the day, the emperors don't last long than maybe a year, 2 years, a year or 2 years. So until the last one came. And what did you do? He called a meeting of all of those head of the empire like that. He called all of them together and said, I want to end all this war of us being worried about our future, whether we are going to die in prison or die in penury and all of that stuff. I want to end all of that. I want you to all go to your different so and so place, right? And he said to them, he disarmed them. Then he now said to them for life and say, see, till your death, you can live in peace. Everything you want will be given to you and has been given to you. That was exactly what the likes of Bokwari and gang probably plotted with Dangote and others, especially Dangote. So Tinubu would have none of that. These are going to be the people who are going to run Nigeria, the new owners of Nigeria. If all of their dreams and plans eventually comes to pass, or past, with this their fraudulent but the amount of wealth of Nigeria that has been kind of a smuggled through that consortium that has been given the green light that, listen, whatever it needs, it must get. Nobody has a clue how much money exactly passed through Dangote's hand. And who are the people who are holding those kind of, those shares or whatever they called investors? The one they told you came from abroad. They didn't come from abroad. They used Nigeria as collateral and they gave that to Dangote and the rest of them. So Tinubu is not interested in probably getting all those money and give them to you. No. There's going to be new owners of Nigeria that are going to run Nigeria for real. Beyond oil blocks now. And whatever danger that is associated with that. And say, that's going to be dangerous. So Once the Dangote, because look at Dangote monopoly on cement before now, it never helped anybody, did it? So anything that monopoly put in place to just to keep the whole gang, the owners of Nigeria, still in charge, Abi. So some believe that they said Kolu. So if there is going to be any danger with the amount of money that has passed through Dangote from Emefiole, especially when it comes to that Forex, billions and billions and billions of dollars, it has to be that danger, nobody else. It would rather be that person that everybody will be worried about. So he wants to know the money. He wants to know everybody involved and tell them to hands off. You know, this is a stolen money, right? And we have found it here. We know it's here. We're not taking it. You, Dangote, hang on. We're not taking the money. But we want you to tell us everything. Everyone here. If you don't want this whole thing to go away. True story. And from what I heard, and what some major, what have you actually reported as well, is that a lot of them have already started making deals with Tinubu's investigator. Some of them are already presenting the documents that shows how much money that was authorized to be given to them by Buhari through Emefiole. Others are asking for a little more time. Please give us a little time. You know, we'll give you all the what you are asking for, all our relationship with Emefiole and how much we collected and what we used that for. This is true story. But somehow, the real big elephant in the room is Dangote. And they said Dangote too said, and his own team, they said, we have packaged everything you need. Okay? Or like other businesses, all the dollars we collected from the central bank and what we used them for and all of that, we have all the documents here. Our investors, those who put money in our business and all of that, we have all the documents here. We will bring them to your office. And the EFCC said, no, don't bring it to the office. We'll come and pack. We'll come and take them ourselves. We'll come to your office and pack all those documents. That's the true story. And that is exactly why you saw them today doing all of that. So Dangote and his people were like, why do they have to do that? Why? The bottom line is that those who are willing to share their own loot with Tinubu, you will never hear their names. The moment Dangote come clean and say, Oluwa me, how much do you want? It's true, yeah. Or if we begin to mention names, this country is going to go up in smoke. Is that not what they normally say? If we begin to mention names, this country is going to. Who cares? Why do you think Nigeria will go up in smoke when they expose people who have looted your commonwealth? And that's exactly how it's going to go. So what do you want, sir? Like, what do you want us to do? Like, you know, because if we begin to mention names, those documents are there. And as Tinubu, who is ready to play theater with all of you, thinking this is something, they will drop some names. So that all of you will be like, oh my God. Like they told you, Emefiole has over 500 bank accounts. In one of the accounts in the UK, Emefiole deposited 540 million pounds sterling cash. He fixed it in an account in the UK. You don't have to know the name of the bank. You don't have to ask for the evidence of the bank. But at least they don't tell you, say, 500 million there somewhere. And you're like, oh my God, 500 million. This Emefiole na mad, very, very, very bad man. Tinubu must expose them. All the bad people, they will give you some names soon. This one collected $3.4 billion. That one collected $300 million. The other one collected, and they trace it that they use the money to buy house. They will begin to give you all of that. But all of that is just the distraction. You are not focusing if you continue to get entertained by those. Because at the end of the day, it's just going to be news, reactions, rage. And once everybody now knows that, okay, sir, okay, fine. Tinubu is now the danger, is now the ones that, you know what I mean? Like, whatever goes on there, I need to know. I will scatter everything. I will scatter everything. Oh. Say, Papa, don't do that. No scatter everything. Don't scatter everything. Okay? We can assure you, if you need money, we know where money is, sir. You understand when they come out and say, sir, as a business community, we will do everything to work with this government to make sure that this government is able to raise revenue. Mr. President, we as economists, we promise you that we will ensure. We know you met an empty treasury. So me and my friends, we have discussed. We will make sure that we help you to generate resources that you will use to run your government. All those things that for the public, behind the scene, Baba, sir, we know that you are not happy with what happened in CBN, sir. Especially but sir, if you let us say something, sir, I assure you, we know where money is in this country. If you want to make money, sir, we know where there is money in this country. Sir, all we need is just your permission. And we will make sure that in 4 years, if you need $100 billion, sir, we'll make sure you get it, sir. Dangote, like, say, oh yeah, show me. For those of you who watched Charade, Lakwite, and the Agogo War. Tinubu is like Lakwite. He's not here to help you fight all the criminals. He is the criminal, he's the chief, the Lord. If you are going to perpetrate that kind of shaking haste that has plunged millions of people into generational poverty, I want to be the one that called the shots. Everything all of you agreed to before me. None and void. Or I will scatter everything. No. Baba no scatter everything. We'll tell you the truth. We'll tell you where the money is and we'll tell you where you make more money. Then before you know it, the rest of you will begin to ask a year later, how far with that Emefiole probe and Dangote? Oh, now there you see the ask question. They don't replace who they go replace. They don't change document where they go change and everything, but don't move on. Now you make you just embrace your own shakpa, no matter what it is. Because the situation is pretty much going to be like, everybody back to their own, everybody back to your own camp, to your camp, ye Israel, they will say. And that is why, even though a lot of people are complaining about the hardship, the cost of living crisis, and all of those things a lot of you complain about. This is January. It's always very tough in January. And with Tinubu and his gang and a directionless, regime, you can kind of expect how tough it's going to be. But somebody said that Tinubu, not the government, decided to bless the rest of you so that it won't be, he told you, he said, it feels your hardship, the hunger, all of that. And Oshoba said, Tinubu kind of always feels sad that a lot of you are going through shege. He even said it 4 days ago. I understand.
I'm not oblivious of the expressed and sometimes unexpressed frustrations of my fellow citizens. I know for a fact that some of our compatriots are even asking if this is how our administration want to renew their hope, their compatriots. Take this from me. The time may be rough and tough. However, our spirit must remain unbowed because tough times never last. We are made for this period, never to flinch, never to falter. I'm not.
Did you hear that? You are made for this period, though. Remember what I told you a while back, that if you are going through shege in Nigeria right now, that you should continue going. Don't turn back. Oh, majority of those who that back, oh, what's in the back, you need to continue going. It is like somebody going through hell. The ideal thing is to continue going. Because even if you turn back, it is hella. You go extra hell. Tinubu and his gang, for those who know them very well, Jeun Soke Kotu Jeun Sako is about bribery. It is about freebies. It is about giving people, poor people, food. And the more people are poorer, the more people need food. To them, for those who know Tinubu very well, it is about rent seeking, taking rent and using the fraction of it to feed the poor. There is never any intention of uplifting anybody out of poverty. It is to manage your poverty. Are you not paying attention to the places where these guys are running government? Their intention is not to end poverty in Nigeria. The intention of the criminals running Nigeria is to manage your poverty. Allah Maja manage poverty. And that is why they are now saying, since Tinubu knows about your hunger and hardship, since na food una need, una eat first. A lot of you are living for the day when they say, Baba, I'm thinking about next week. I'm thinking I should plan myself about, next week so that, before that, say what's going to happen next week. Say, I don't know yet. I'm thinking I should probably just go and see, Alaye, this is Nigeria. Next week is a long time. Okay? Let's think about it tonight. Think about what we go shop tonight. Tomorrow is even too far. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Nigerians are living for the day. Yeah, and the criminals are ensuring of that. It's no longer about, are you hungry? Have you eaten? It's no longer about that anymore. No, sorry. Have you eaten? Are you full? Are you satisfied? No. They just say you don't chop. You talk to I never chop. It's not because they want to offer you food. Do you understand? So a lot of people are actually living for the day and waiting for what will happen tomorrow. But what about tomorrow? About leave tomorrow, Jare. Like Tinubu said. So people like this, and it is real. This is real.
See, I tell you, I tell you as they go. Papa, who say this? Allah.
What do you confuse the government do for the matter?
The government help us now. I beg. See, if we don't do anything, we gonna rob, unless if they do something, they don't work. I tell you,
Rob, you don't say police go.
Life game, where they go? Why I get for children, wife their house, nobody know anything. From where are you like come VI? From VI to here, if I lie, I die. Allah, Are you like come here? I mean, are you like from away? Because see, next 2 months, if you know I will carry gun. I tell you, I will carry anybody. Tell government, if they don't repent, as they go now, see, they will see militants for Lagos State. See, I tell you, see.
And it is real, oh. I know some of you are laughing. I remember telling people that one of my worst fear is what is going to happen in the next 20 years when things continue like this. Nigeria has over 22 million out of school children that also exist in that system as we speak. They are not educated. They are not trained on any kind of craft. But they want to survive out there too. And they will exist in that system. Because, I mean, those who are even educated are struggling to put it together. Now think about those who are not. What life is to them for real. So in 20 years' time, if all of us keep quiet and continue to hustle for money and all of that, to get a good life for our own family members, you know, all of that kind of life, and because we are so blinded with our selfishness, not paying that, it's none of my business. Well, Maiyegun, that's none of my business. It is going to be all of our businesses. In 10, 20 years' time, when those ones will look at us and think we are one of those who stole their future. Yeah, you know, when you come back from America, you and your family in that your latest brand new car, and that beautiful mansion is just built through your own hard work. Somebody go carry your car, follow you and your family, enter your mansion, begin to traumatize you. Because the system never actually cared about them. How is that your business? Exactly. It will later become your business. Look around you. Just look around you. And that is one of my worst fear. In case some of you probably just recently joined MaiyegunsDiary, Politico, have no idea why I do what I do. I do what I do because it's the least I can do to call all of our attention to something that we do feel like it's none of our business. Your children, your family, people you love. After you get them all you want and all you think they deserve, and including yourself, then you are at the mercy of those the system intentionally dumped out there, because people like Tinubu and gang believes that the way to reduce poverty is to be kind. He keeps saying it, is to be kind to the poor people, give them food, give them money. Why you continue to make economic policies that continue to impoverish them? Win-win situation, yeah? It's a win-win, right? But we all know where this is going to end. So one of them now said that Tinubu gave all the House of Representative members 100 million naira each to buy a truck. They said he gave them rice. He gave them truck of rice. One of them even made a video. And they said, no, this is not even federal government too. That Tinubu gave truck of rice to each House of Representative member, whether PDP, APC, Labour, NNPP, or APGA. That is what one of them just said. And guess what? They said, no, it's not government money. Senators were given 150 million naira. How did that even happen? Is that even true? At the end of the day, just to make you look like Tinubu actually cares. He's so passionate about the poor. The people they intentionally make poor. Now they are giving them food so that they cannot die poor. How generous and marvelous. Esako people, congratulations. One guy said, Maiyegun, what is your problem? If they are not doing it, you will complain. They are now still doing it. You are still complaining. I just hope they will be giving you that rice every month. I mean, like, that is what it should be now. Okay, they said if Tinubu shared rice, some of them have like 4 trailers, 5 trailers, which means as we speak, no matter how scarce the rice is or how expensive it is, they said if Tinubu spent 50 billion naira of his own money to make sure that House of Representative members receive at least 5 or 6 trucks of rice. Baba. That is like 6 trucks. Each truck of rice carries 600 bags of 50 kg, 50 kilogram. Kilogram. So 600, we'll do the math. 600 per trailer times maybe 5 trailers. That is 3,000 bags of 50 kg rice. That's a lot. And that's for one House of Rep member. Multiply that by 360 House of Representative members. Please don't bother me with what the number is, because we're probably just going to get lost in that calculation, right? But just imagine it. Okay? So 3,000 times 100, I think that is 3 million, isn't it? 3 million bags, 9 million bags, 10 million bags. Wow. So all of una they collect all this rice and una still they complain that the country had. So I am not complaining, no. I just hope they will be giving you the rice every month. And possibly they will be giving you money for kerosene, gas, or whatever you choose to cook the rice with. Because that is supposed to be the policy, Abi. But if not just to give you 3 cups or 4 cups, I am not complaining. I am just putting it on record as it should be. The Nigeria of their dream. Who can beat that? Except for those who continue to reject that. But you know, when it comes to disobedience, no, they don't think they want that. But they just believe that that is the reality of the people now. Kenneth Okonkwo, remember him?
I completely agree with you on that. And that is why I keep saying P2B, P2B. And because that is the only person that.
But Peter Obi left Abga as well. He left Abga, moved to the PDP, and from the PDP he moved to the Labour Party. So really, what is the outstanding difference between him and other politicians who have done the same?
Good. Because moving from one party to the other is not what makes you to lack competence, character, or capacity. When you have in a country that is rated to be one of the most corrupt, you will discover that if you are in search of a new Nigeria, you will continue to move until you get that platform and that environment and the people around you that you can use to achieve that. I don't need to tell you that Obi might just be a lone wolf crying in the wilderness. Repent, repent, for a new Nigeria is possible. That is why you see him making those moves. It is not because he wants power or money. He has told you he is not desperate about being Nigerian president. And he has shown it. Even when INEC did all the abracadabra. You know what Obi say? Calm down. We wouldn't need to destroy the nation. We will get it at the right time. So he is moving because he's searching for the particular environment and platform where the people that he's going to lead will accept this new Nigeria, where men should not just that they shouldn't be corrupt, but they should be incorruptible. You can't get that in the traditional platform that is existing in Nigeria now. You cannot get it in PDP. You cannot get it in APC. I dare anybody that wants to confront what I'm saying So I agree with you. The elected class now, even some from Labour Party, have not impressed me. They've not impressed Nigerians. But Peter Obi has impressed me because I was inside the political room and I knew how he was carrying his life. And I knew that he meant it when he said, I would rather do the right thing and lose than doing the wrong thing and winning. So I agree with you. But please, if you watch what I'm saying, I keep talking about P2B, New Nigeria. Because for now, he is the only politician I can tell you that can make these things possible. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. Can you say this is what we wanted to see? That our debt now is 88 trillion naira. And what are you spending?
The more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see.
You go explain tire. That's what somebody said. But it is no longer about what is it going to be differently anymore. Everybody should just stick to this. The next 4 years and what is it called? I've been at 7 years. 7 years, 5 months. You just have to kind of live with this. Okay? You remember this man who once said Boko Haram has defeated the Boko Haram. I don't know if you remember his face, but I will remind you. The guy has come out to say, Shineke Allah, now he go punish Boko Haram. That he actually made the fights and effort of people to defend themselves difficult. That is why over 63,000 of them were slaughtered under his government. But because it's Nigeria, the typical, there are already people who are saying that Tinubu's illegitimate regime has defeated terrorism, he has reduced insecurity and all of that. And they are out there telling people who are victims of terrorism that Omo, Tinubu has got it down. No, but I'll give you this flashback. It's just important to something I'm going to say next. Talking about the Plateau State ongoing genocide. Some said it's ethno-religious war. Whatever you like to call it, Fulani terrorists are killing people because of their lands. That is the old story. But somebody once said, Boko Haram has conquered them. Like this.
Good. You will also agree with me that as it is right now, as a nation, or the president, so to speak, is enjoying a great deal of international goodwill, as exemplified in his invitation to the G8 Nations Conference, and so on, and all the fallouts from that conference. We are also aware, too, that what's it called now? Mr. President's diplomatic shuttle to the neighboring countries, to be able to galvanize their support and commitment to this ongoing war has yielded a great deal of effort. And of course, you will agree too that it has assisted in incapacitating Boko Haram to a greater extent, because we have now been able to put in place serious checks and blockades for further supplies, be it logistics, lubricants, oil, and whatever. Weapon supplies, you mentioned it. We have successfully blocked all that.
We have?
We have.
Okay.
We have.
Because that information is not exactly out there for people to rely on. You don't know, but we have. We have success.
Well, the information that was out there, I think that I can clarify this, was that they were able to get one major supplier, I think, and I think a huge cache of, or huge, I'm trying to remember the word, I think trucks of few supplies meant for Boko Haram insurgents was held sometime in Borno State, I believe. But does that mean that we've been able to know the route and, successfully stem it? Is that what it means?
the bulk of these routes go through all these neighboring countries before linking up with the Maghreb. If all these neighboring countries are on our side on this war, and we are all on the same page with them, taking into cognizance all the various routes between Damaturu alone and is it Maiduguri, you have 1,000 and something footpaths.
So what are we looking to do?
Leading through these neighboring countries and passing on to the Maghreb. So if all these countries have now come into a unified effort to say, all right, fine, let's fight this with you because it affects us too. And then we all go all out and block all these routes. My sister, what are we talking about? You will minimize the extent to which these guys will be able to hit up.
Shouldn't we also keep in mind the nature of Boko Haram?
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
He has a name, but he will tell you his name himself. This is the part of the characters. They have played different roles for selfish reasons. And maybe once, you know, the expected reward is not given, then they will want to say the truth. But when a man stands for nothing, they fall for, when a man stands for nothing, he falls for anything and everything. That's what these guys are. Boko Haram is gone. 7 months after that, the guy is back on TV. And I won't be surprised when somebody like him is going to come back and praise Tinubu than Boko Haram. Ladies and gentlemen, fast forward now to January the 4th. Your guest, professional who defeated Boko Haram with mouth, with Boko Haram.
I would say I agree with the opinion that General Buhari in the last 8 years or thereabout did virtually nothing, and I mean virtually nothing, in our fight against terrorism. If anything, he promoted and enhanced our hardship as far as the fight against terrorism was concerned. It's unfortunate that we are talking about our number one citizen as at then, within the period of the last 8 years, a period which I refer to that Nigeria had no political leader. We saw all the lines of actions taken by the, political strategic level of decision making. We saw all the lines of action taken even from the presidency. We saw how ministers who had business or things to do with terrorists were made to remain in their positions as ministers. One was even in charge of our entire national data. We could go on and on and on. We allowed undue sentiments right from the presidency to be visited in our alleged purported plan or action against terrorism. You could read religion, you could read tribalism, you could read ethnicity, and so on. It's unfortunate. And at the subnational level, we had governors, especially up north where I come from, under that administration, that had all sorts of romance and unholy relationship with terrorism, degenerating to a situation where some of them were even talking of amnesty. It was shocking to some of us. Amnesty for who? You tell me they are repentant terrorists. Repentant from what? We are soldiers. Our duty is not to come here and grant repentance. Our duty is to hasten your appointment with God to heaven or hell, where he will grant you penance. So, for us to be bringing large number of men from the forest who hitherto were armed and taking on fellow Nigerians. Then on the appearance of soldiers, they drop their weapon and you are compelled as a professional to take them PWs and you bring them back to us and say they are repentant to what? And then you give their godfathers sitting in government houses to begin to talk about amnesty and even referring us to how amnesty was granted to some chaps way back in the under what was his name? Yeah, President Yar'Adua in the creeks. It's unfortunate. So now we have a new administration in place. In the last 6 or 7 months, I have not seen a change, so to speak, from what has been happening in the last 8 years. We will hope that the president now is not listening to some ill advice coming in from some elements or people who have sympathy with the last administration to him as to how to fight terrorism. We have an ample opportunity now to change the guard in how we fight terrorism. We should not. I appeal to my colleagues in the military. I understand very much what the rules of international law of war says concerning PWs and so on. I must tell you, gentlemen, if we've got to fight this war and come out of it unscathed and make sure that we don't eventually leave this war for our grandchildren to fight continually because of our attitude, then we've got to face this war and face it with all the brute it calls for. Face it with all the...
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
General Maiyegun, we General D, General of Truth. The truth that pierces the hearts of the wicked and cause irreparable, monumental damages to their minds and hearts. Tucano Mike is what Prince Jejeman called this. Said, you see, this is your Tucano Mike. You are the general of generals, because I am. That one are general now all these fake corners and all of them who cannot say the truth. Simply because saying the truth can possibly just make a general cry like a baby. I mean, it is Nigeria, isn't it? Nigeria system and Nigeria government ensures that the Nigeria military, the Nigeria defense forces, they are playing defensive game against terrorists. It is deliberate and intentional. Be honest. That's what we are saying. Let people be honest. Whether you are young or you are old, you should please be honest. Dishonesty, hypocrisy never helped anyone. And we can see through all of the lunatics who have taken advantage of different situations to pretend that they have a clue of what they are saying, when indeed it is all hypocrisy. Hypocrisy, eye service, everybody's looking for his own pot of what have you. And if they call you now, you go change the language. You see, when I met with, the last time I did that broadcast, I did that program, I didn't meet with the chief of staff then. When I met with him, he told me what they are doing. I now believe that they are working to make sure that they end the terrorism. How many times have you heard that? I have been hearing that almost every year, by the way, in the last 10 years. It cost Egbere Jolanta and his government. It cost Nigeria and their lives, and gave Bukwari and his family the life of luxury that Tinubu even Tinubu will not dare to touch, in my own opinion. Anyway, sure you get. So, the killings in Middle Belt part of Nigeria is reported as genocide, ethno-religious cleansing. Christians are being slaughtered. Others are trying to make it look like, no, it's just not just Christians, it's also Muslims and that. Oh, don't call them Muslims. They are just Fulanis. They say, come on, shut up, man. Don't tell us what to call the terrorist. We have seen what they have done. We have seen what they are capable of doing. What people are saying is let them have a chance to defend themselves without the terrorists getting the backing that the citizens should be getting. That's just the problem. That's the point. For those who have been to some of these areas, right? Take a look at what, Kilo Day, waiting with the, as in, on top waiting. This is, hey, what's that local government again? Maiyegun or what have you? Mangu local government area. See people and their communities. Like you're going to ask yourself, like, what's going on? What exactly do these terrorists want? So until you have the capacity to match them, violence for violence, okay, everybody should just stop calling on useless government. But he said one thing that is true. He said, from what he has seen, there is no difference or changes from the way the terrorists have been operating during Boko Haram's time and Tinubu's 7 months. Apart from them telling you, we are on top of the situation, we are going to arrest the blah, blah, blah nonsense. Nigeria government has spent trillions of naira on defense. They've got fighter jets, they've got surveillance jets, they've got, name it, all these assault weapons, they've got personnel trained, right? And it's the areas where the terrorists are indeed situated, including the routes that they have created for themselves. All of this could be geo kind of a map, you know, those geo map. And an operation that may last for, let's say, 3-4 months can sweep all these terrorists. And those that you've managed to capture, right? Those who probably have not escaped through the border back to where they are coming from. If they have the intention of ending the terrorism, or sure you get an operation of like 2-3 months, coordinated, we'll see thousands of these terrorists not only killed, a lot of them who end up either escaping to where they are coming from or in Nigerian jail. And when they end up in Nigeria jail, you don't go take them to jail, make a special law, execute all of them that have been fingered in different acts of terrorism and all that, right? That is the country that is fighting terrorism. Not the one that will be like telling you grazing routes. There are some old grazing route from 1947. Now Fulani get them. You know the mad? Because Fulani they trek past my ancestors' land in 1945. And today, that same path is now like a small town with a lot of farms and all that. So Fulani, because his own ancestor with their cows passed through that place in 1945. So me where they are alive in 2023. Should give them my life or the land. Madden. Let people defend themselves if Nigeria doesn't have all it takes to do to get rid of the terrorists. Or you'll be asking for too much because they are actually not planning to end any terrorism. It's a business. Very soon, Tinubu, like he's doing to the Dangote and the rest of them, is going to ask, who is your leader? You cannot be making so much money from terrorism in this place and you are not paying me my own share. I must be the fear that everybody talks about. The king of the underworld, not the Chris. Who are your leaders? Let's meet in Aso Rock. And that's it. If they just say, Baba, now how much will they make with this? You see, now, that's it. The call of now just get used to getting kidnapped. I heard that they are now issuing receipts to the kidnapped victims. I don't know. See, I don't wish you get kidnapped though. But some of the information I shared here, they are so important and useful. In case you get kidnapped in Nigeria, ask for receipts. In case if other group kidnap you, you can show them that, Oga, I've been kidnapped before. Here is my receipt. I was kidnapped 2 weeks ago. I paid, this is the receipt of the ransom by the Ibadan branch kidnappers. Because Nigerian government have no capacity to go after terrorists. They want them to keep playing defense and defense to the point that two terrorist groups were fighting themselves. ISWAP was fighting Boko Haram, Alhaji Shekau's camp, and the other guy from the ISWAP, on the ICC, Syria. They were fighting themselves. Nigeria military and Nigeria Air Force, they can't be the spectators and the referee. Breaking news. Over 300 terrorists lost their lives last night in Bungu, Borno State. Who killed them? They are fighting themselves. Oh, I thought it was the Nigerian. No. We don't get involved in their. If they don't come to us, we don't shoot. Oh, really? Yeah, if they don't come to us, we don't shoot. We're just watching them. They are killing themselves. Now, who count the body? Now, us. When they were done, they left. Wow. Is that a good thing? That the military cannot defeat the terrorists, but the terrorists are fighting themselves because of the territories, right? And they are killing themselves. Nigeria media is now reporting the good news. 360 Boko Haram terrorists died last night. That's a good news. Who killed them? They killed themselves. Okay. So what should we do now? Should we pray for more of that fight? Yes, so. Because the order from above says we should just play defense. And that's what we're going to do. I mean, we won't go involved in people who get anti-aircraft guns, shooting at themselves and shouting Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Like that. And then they pay you 50,000 naira a month. Honestly speaking, if they pay you as a soldier in Nigeria, you get paid 50,000 naira. You can't go pull body. You can't go do what? 007, Abishino Rambo. Like, just like that. They're not going to even mention your name. That's how sad it is. Like, I have seen where they use soldiers do negotiation with terrorists in Casino. True story. True story. Don't laugh. True story. 14 soldiers died that day. That was the first time I saw Nigeria DSS, Nigeria soldiers. They were taking selfies with terrorists inside the Katsina forest. Can you imagine, governor of Katsina State, then Masaku, took a convoy of all of the security, DSS, everybody, like, hey, we are going to go and meet some special people. Everybody, yeah, wow. They left the city. They drove into the desert. 200 kilometers. They are not traveling to anywhere. They were traveling to the territory of the Fulani terrorists in their own area. True story. True life story. When he got there, Ranka de Salam Aleikum, Ranka de Salam, Baraka de Salah, and the rest of that. To and fro, 600 million naira. Cash in one song. They get the terrorists 600 million naira to negotiate for those in their captivity. Governor State, they had to negotiate with the Sheikh. 1,500 people were freed. They bought them back inside Nigeria. Baba, 2 days later, breaking news. 14 Nigerian soldiers slaughtered in Casino. Why would you slaughter 14 soldiers again? 2 days ago, they released 1,500 people. I thought they said they've settled. They said no. They said they want to carry out operation, special operation. No, special operation Bawo in the desert alone. It could give her. Nobody explained how those soldiers died. Now they are dead body, they pack, put them inside. That's another horrible thing. Have you seen where they pack dead soldiers in Nigeria killed by terrorists before? Have you? 50,000 naira. I look big body Sarah. A bottom one plane. You know aircraft. Plane, airplane. There are some guns where we say they entered the airplane. These guys were shooting down fighter jets. I look big bodies into the 50,000 naira. That is why Nigerian soldiers don't fight terrorists. If the terrorists know, sometimes if the terrorists shoot at them and they shoot back. Pow! The terrorists shoot. Nigerian soldier reply. Then the terrorists do for like 2 minutes. That's like about 400 round ammunition. Bullet 400 came out of that thing that just sounded. They say, yes, Oga. That one is, listen. No. That one is 200 round ammunition. 200. Say yes, 200. When they do that, you want to respond. You don't respond. You throw away your gun and run away. I have seen soldiers run in Nigeria. No joke. I don't think bodies if you see. I love one tenary. And sometimes if they shoot you, they go say the bullet day your. This one no go day your body. Go shatter. Ask people now. So that's why soldiers don't fight them. That's why in Nigeria you have ungoverned areas, they call them. Because nobody won't go there, go ask question. Just yesterday, now 12 people then kill for Zamfara. True life story again. Yesterday, 12 people, kilo share, they don't pay tax. Tax to who? Is not paying tax death sentence. Today, it is so. That's why I told you, if you go to Nigeria or you are living in Nigeria, watching me right now, laughing and the issue of kidnapping and insecurity and the rest of that is so huge and big that you are on your own. Tinubu and gang are not coming to save you or defend you from them. If they kidnap you, collect receipt too. Brother to brother. Blood to blood. Because they will kidnap you from Araba, may then release you for Zamfara. And from Zamfara, may another people kidnap you. In a week, they can kidnap you for 3 times. Last time, they go kill you if you no pay. But with the receipts, they say, bros, I was kidnapped yesterday. Yeah, I just came out. Say, okay, you go. All right, go. Just make sure that before you pass this road again, make it another 6 months too. So that you have money for your next ransom. Say, oh God, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Then you go to church and say, people should praise God. Nigeria is getting better. Say, how? Kidnappers. If you show them the receipts, that sometimes we all say, we all pray that we don't want to get kidnapped, Abby. But these guys are going to make Nigeria kidnapping comfortable. Sure, you get to say, make kidnapping great again. And some of them are saying they want to come and make Nigeria great again. Say, oh, let's make kidnapping great again. I say, this country is changing. Oh, it's not that bad, though. The last time I was kidnapped, they just gave me a receipt. And, nobody, the other day, when they were kidnapping people, I just showed them my receipt, and they said I should go. I was like, this country is getting better. Even these people, they are kind of, you know what I mean? That is the Nigeria these guys are going to give to you. Just give them time. Give them time. It's not going to happen so like that. You are already in that incubator. They are making you ready. You see, those of you who are rebels, who know they agree. Remember the slogan for 2023. No grief for anybody. Because as it is, they will force you to accept nonsense. I'll leave it at that. Last time I was going to take a course, but somehow the call didn't work. So let's try it this evening. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Or let me go make myself another cup of tea. Okay, like the broadcast if you haven't already. Share the broadcast. Facebook is so mad, right? That not only that they didn't let people see this broadcast, those who have seen it, they've made it impossible for you to share or comment. Can you even believe that? Well, the fact that you can hear this, thank you. All right, to every one of you. So we are going to take calls. Let's kind of leave it at that because we won't turn to too much of it. Okay, I will be back in a minute or two.
Buhari is a
Revolution is the answer. Okay, I have a caller, and I hope the line works this evening so that we can have more calls. All right. Let's see if it works. So I think it does. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun emoji.
Baba, I think it is working. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Charles from Niger State.
Oh, dear Charles. How are you this evening, by the way?
I'm fine, good.
Happy New Year to you, Charles.
I'll send to you, my brother.
Please.
Thank you for the good work you have been doing, enlightening us, giving us information. It's a very good one. Okay. So my submission for the day, I'll start from, yes, the last time I spoke on this platform, I talked about the fuel price that we made some analysis. I said they're just lying to us, which you also clarified to me. And I still love the way you let Nigerians to know that the subsidy that they are paying is not physical subsidy, but they are paying subsidy to using another channel, which is dollar subsidy. Because I saw many of those, like the IPMAN and the NNPC, when all these media interview them, they keep saying, no, there's no subsidy, they are not paying subsidy. But if they are not paying subsidy,
there's no subsidy, right? And then at the same time, they are saying, oh, the price is not going to increase, it's going to remain the same. So who is paying the difference? Don't worry, don't worry about the difference, okay? But there's no subsidy, okay? But it's not, come on, man. People will know so.
The people actually, and one of the main problem Nigeria will have is that Nigeria will always lie to ourselves. And as we keep lying, Nigeria will keep going down. Will keep going down. That is the problem. Nigeria don't like to say the truth. No. And as we keep lying to ourselves, we'll at the end of the day, it will dawn on us that this lie will not take us anywhere. That is the way, by the way. Another submission I'm going to talk about is the certificate saga. I know about that certificate issue now. Like, if you're in the north, that is why most of our Igbo brothers that live in the north for a very long time, they will practically tell you that Nigeria is not a country to call your own country, because there's a lot of things happening. Do you know this certificate issue? I'm aware of it for over about 8 to 7 years back now.
So which of them
I have some of
in the north, or those ones from other African countries, as they are currently?
Yes, most of the northerners that I know, some of them are in politics and others. Someone will tell you, you need certificate. If you go to Benin 1 year, they'll give you your certificate. You understand? I didn't even know that it has even outgrown that 1 year, that you can even sit at the comfort of your home and you receive your certificate as if you're ordering a pizza.
Exactly.
Nice.
In 6 weeks maximum.
Very bad. Very bad. And again, another submission is about the Nigerian system. Look at the NYC and what have you. I happen to do my NYC in Abuja 2015. I know the rigorous process which we go through. You do your verification, biometric verification, and every month you have to go for biometric verification, which if you don't do that, you will not receive your allowance. Then all these documents, all this information,
they said it's because he changed his phone number. Really?
Which is very bad. It's a wrong thing. Can you imagine that kind of a thing? That means all the stress that we spend 12 months going for biometric, and that all those information, those data are nowhere to be found.
You can't see it anywhere. Because there's no data anywhere.
If those data are there, as long as anywhere you to reject him.
As I should
have. Look at that's a lot of loopholes in the system. That's why it's difficult
to begin the investigation, to begin to sort of do some back end, because they can discover all these fake ones eventually. Sure, right? Instead of embarking on all of that, they said, "Oh yeah, everybody, go and bin your certificates. We don't want to see them anymore." Really? That's the solution? Yeah, that's the solution. Wait. So
most of the people that work
certificates and they are like politicians in different offices now, what will happen to them? We'll deal with them. We're investigating. Really? No, they are not.
The Nigerian system is so corrupt that no remedy. And that's the way I say it.
Anyway,
no remedy to it.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, just stay safe. Okay. I will take another one. I have another. Yes. Hello there.
General.
Yes, sir.
No verse. I don't take carried away. Our team is still there back. So I was listening.
You're lucky. It's not yet rolling in and rolling in, right? Like it's not so busy on the line.
No, the line jump. The line jump. Our code only go through.
I know. It's not busy yet. I'm telling you that you're lucky. You don't understand. But good enough that you are here, Baba. How are you?
Senior man, we did fine.
Oh yeah, my guys with that. Oh yeah. So everybody days.
Love from Germany. Germany, boss.
Nice.
I get you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. So take one by one again, right?
Yeah, normal.
So who is starting?
Na me.
Now you go.
You get where I want. No say now you are to take cash my small knowledge for politics.
Here you get.
You get one man want me eat. Maybe those of us like say we don't know. Because I just follow my guy talk now. I just throw my small light. I say maybe now so the thing be. So maybe you go just throw small light. Maybe other people say guys. This banditry and kidnapping. How are our elite or the government benefiting from it? How are they gaining from it?
Well, I wouldn't say. I mean, in the context of how you ask the question, okay, it's going to be like all of them. But we will say, among other crimes that all of them are involved in, like money laundering, drug trafficking, and all those things, they kind of get all their money from, right? Some of them are also involved in gun running. Okay, so how are they benefiting from it? Just supply, bro. Supply. Okay, somebody is supplying those weapons and smuggling them into Nigeria. Somebody is opening the armory somewhere and covering it up. And these are multi-million dollars, if not billion dollars, enterprises.
Weapons.
Because, gun running alone, weapon movement and all of that stuff. I mean, when you have to get weapons for thousands of terrorists, okay, and you have to supply them food, supply them gas, like petrol, you have to supply them medication. These are people who actually have a chain of, that's why they said those who are sponsoring them, if you can get a hold of their sponsor, which a lot of them are in the public eye anyway, right? You will cut off their supply. You are going to really, really affect them. So where your question now talks about how are the elites benefiting, I can say these guys are there, these terrorists, because you know something, somebody said, if you see these terrorists, you will never believe that there are those who are collecting billions and billions from people in Nigeria. You can't see the money on them. When they are like, when you get to some of their camps, the money is not there. There are people who are handling that, bro. Right? There are people who are running those things there. They are watching me and you talk right now, and they are probably just like, what are you going to do about it? The only people who could do something about it are those who are trained and paid to detect them. Those ones are already compromised. So who are we going to turn to? Just think about that.
We'll go now to shut down the country now.
You get so the money where they go into ransom payments, who they collect the money, who they move the money. And
they know where these people are. That's the worst part of it.
They know.
They are giving them cash. They are giving them cash.
And now, you still say easy, may you kidnap 200 people. Oh yeah, go gather your guys, right? Go try kidnap 3 person at a go. So you won't move them. But these ones will move 200 people, 300 people
Clean.
for hours, and there will be no detection. That should tell you all you need to know, bro.
So, Baba, this money the government will carry go give them for hand. You want me say you know if you be say them they get their own banditry system.
That
Like
is
say
another regio, Papa. You don't pay attention. I give you that gist. I give you that gist. So me, I'm governor now. All right, I am the governor, and this insecurity thing now big issue. Okay. And what that has done for the criminal politicians is that it has given the governors blank check, especially in northern Nigeria. And the blank check is called security votes. Here you get. So if you're having problems, and a lot of people are hearing that you are taking 500 million, 600 million every month, even as poor as your state is, for security votes. So sometimes you might want to just, tell them that I just gave these terrorists 600 million naira to buy peace from my security vote money. Next time, don't ask me what I do with what do I do with my security vote money.
Very easy way. Very
you get
easy.
So if you can't say, but what do you want him to do now? At least they release 1,500 people. I say, oh, that's true. Oh, that's true. Anyway, that's a good thing. That's Nigeria for you. Others have created the same scenario in other states in Nigeria. Okay.
They are not even wise. This thing is very, very obvious.
It's so easy.
It's so obvious.
You know what somebody told me about discovering those who actually benefited from the 2023 elections, right? The judges, the electoral workers, and the rest of them.
The security,
the police, and the rest. You know what I mean? Like everybody will benefits. It will take less than 2 weeks' job. Okay. And all you need to do is just take their bank statement, the bank account of their family, relatives, friends, and all of that around them, and begin to scrutinize. You will see where all the money for 2023 elections went. And that will give you the picture of all you need to know what role this person play and that person. But they won't do it because it's deliberate, prof.
Odiego.
So thank you very much for
Baba. God bless.
I'm going to go tell the guys that they should they should keep it tight. May everybody no grief for anybody for this year. If you know say this is not true, hold on to it. You get don't let everybody tell you say what if what about say I be you the Chris now they see red you they tell me say what if it's blue you they whine me shall you get may everybody open up.
My eye don't realize that's smoking go.
And you get it's so important, Baba. Before they use you, use your head too. Now the logo be that too. They say before they use me, I go use my head, bro. Take it easy,
Baba is
have a good one. So I have another caller. Somebody said I should start a comedy. No. This is not comedy. Life is not comedy. See, no go they make and look like say some people who they see politics as game. Politics is not game. It's real life shit, man. The African Wahala can back me up. How are you, sir?
Man, my brother, I'm doing well. Have I spoken to you this year?
No.
Happy New Year, if I haven't.
Happy New Year.
Wow, Happy New Year.
I'm actually taking my first phone. I think. Am I not? No. The second time phone call.
No, I think it's the second time.
That's great. So good to hear from you, Baba.
You too, my brother. Man, once again, thank you. Honestly, your presentation keeps getting better and better.
Oh, thank you, man.
Like it's really, really awesome what you're doing. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for the works.
Thanks, man.
I just wanted to remind my fellow victims of a so-called country that we are all governments as individuals because we all provide everything that a government should provide for us. Everybody, literally everybody in Nigeria, except the politicians and their friends. Right. They are the only ones that benefit from Nigeria. Because the rest of us, you have to provide your own water, electricity, road, security, everything that you do in your life, you have to provide for yourself. And for those people that haven't had the opportunity to experience what it's like to have a real country's government provide for you, I hope you can understand that it's the duty of the government to provide a lot of these social services basic amenities. But if you have to provide that for yourself, then why are you still proud of claiming, oh, I'm a Nigerian, oh, I love my country, oh, why? I just don't get it. So people need to get to that point where they understand that Nigeria does nothing for you. If anything, you do everything for Nigeria, and Nigeria is constantly crashing it. Yeah. So thank you. That's all I wanted to say this evening.
You, the,
Just,
the African Wahala. You've got fans, you know that. A lot of people admire the, every time you come on here, and I do appreciate all of you, the contribution to this platform, which actually makes us who we are. God bless you. The African Wahala.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
One, sir, okay. So I have another caller, but I'm going to tell this my caller to hang on. Some of you who just saw and you saw a few images on your screen just a moment ago, right? Now, this is what the Akwa Ibom state government built with the public fund. 32.3 billion naira was spent on this edifice. So that the Akwa Ibom, one of the most mismanaged states in Nigeria, also one of the states with the highest number of the poor people in Nigeria. It's oil producing state. So the state with also one of the highest unemployment rates in Nigeria. They were not supposed to be poor. They were not supposed to be unemployed. But because of mismanagement and corruption, which is the bane everywhere in Nigeria anyway, that state spent 32.3 billion to build that edifice so that people could go in there to go and pray for jobs, to go inside that place, to go and pray for good government. Some of them will kill me because to them, this is me attacking Christianity. That politicians use public fund to build mosque, to build churches, so that all of you can go inside and begin to pray for good government, pray for jobs, and not to say una de mad. Prince Jejeman, can you tell them?
My Tukaro Mike.
The Prince.
Happy New Year, Baba. We are representing IPOB for life, Baba.
For life, the Prince.
Respect, respect. Well done, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tukano Mike is stronger than any armored car put together. Any fighter jet put together, any atomic energy. Yeah, freedom is sure, Baba. I've bought my Biafra must go back. That's what I want to let you know. I bought my Biafra must go. And
you know why I'm laughing, so, Prince Jejema, right? So because I say because of this now, some people go say I be enemy of Christian. Because I tell them, say they don't use public fund to build church, right? So I can say, people go talk, say they're no mad. You know what people are saying? They're like, no, we not go agree with you on that one. Because now you tell us, say, we not agree this year. I'm seeing something here. You know, why would you? Anyway, the Prince, go on.
Baba, we leave people where they do comedy. They don't say live now. They talk about.
This is a live, real life issue, man. I know.
We leave comedy out of it for now, Baba. You see, we have one security expert on our program today.
Oh yeah.
You see that man you showed us that was
Colonel Jalo or something. That's his name.
He was babbling. You know that during Buhari era, he was supporting. Even when Tinubu
came on the media now, explaining things. What Buhari is like, I was like, oh come on, man. And people were dying.
Do you know that the same man, the first time, is it 100 days of Tinubu? He also came and was praising him.
Oh, was it?
You know, he's a he's a psycho fan. You know, so you see all that he said. What he never told Nigeria is that the Buhari recruited all the Fulani terrorists that he brought from all Africa into Nigeria armed forces. He's avoiding that. All of them are avoiding it. Operation Safe Corridor. They don't want anybody to talk about it. You understand? How can you have security? All the intel, no country can share any intel with Nigeria. With terrorists in their armed forces. It's only useless country like them can share any intel. Because before you go to fight Boko Haram, the Boko Haram in the army has already give out the intel, the information. And that's why their bomb is not always on the civilian. Instead of bombing the enemy, they are bombing the citizen. That the taxpayer that is paying their salary. That they are using their money to pay their salary. It's so painful. You see, another thing is this. I want to remind T.Y. Danjuma and Gowon.
Yakubu Gowon.
Both of them, yes, both of them, they rejected Aburi Accord that Ojukwu discussed with them.
He didn't discuss with them. They agreed. All of them agreed in Aburi, Ghana. They signed it. They said, okay,
yes,
may everybody go back to their region and run their regions independently and all of that stuff. And he got back to Nigeria and they told him, are you mad? Are you actually mad? Like, did you actually sign that?
That's good.
No, that's impossible. You would never say you signed that. Just tell them that we're not following it too. True story. The Prince.
I want to remind them because that the consequences of that is why their people are being killed and they cannot talk. They can't talk because as their people are being killed, the masses, they cannot do anything.
What would they say?
What I want to tell them is this: they must make one choice. Is either they focus on the oil well, is either they focus on the oil well in Biafra land, which is their loot, or they now stand up to fight for their freedom, total freedom, as a Biafra Nandekano and IPOB is fighting, and or they choose death. Is this three things they must choose one, because one, and it's only the hard way, because they have rejected the soft way, which is to take confederation, and they by now would have gone far, would have gone very, very far. All part of Nigeria to local government will have their own local security, and this killing, this massacring won't be happening because before anybody comes into your space, you have smelled the rat from afar. Do you understand me? And they are keeping quiet because of what you just said. They are benefiting on the security vote.
Yes, now.
You know, the lion will collect the main chunk. Then the crumbs that will fall to the table.
That's what
the
people like this always look out for. And they are the ones they push to the media to go and explain to people. Go and explain to them what we are doing. Go and tell them that we are working at guns. In fact, we just received some weapons now. We're going to use that web story. Those are the jobs of these ones.
Maiyegun, what I want to tell T.Y. Danjuma and this go on. They are alive to feel that God kept them alive so that they can be seeing this. Tinubu and federal government of Nigeria cannot come for their aid because Tinubu told you where the Fulani stop. That's where it's going to continue. The Buhari herdsmen terrorists. That is what is signed. And for that reason, he cannot go against the Fulani agenda of Ruga that gave him the power. So if they are killing you, you're on your own. So the only option they have now is to either set up middle belt security or middle belt security network, no matter what they will call it. And they will not set it up and just go and sleep. They have to put them in the forest as Fulani is living in the forest. They have to live in the forest permanently.
And don't wait,
just like,
don't wait for them to come into your villages and communities.
No.
Go and meet them in the forest. That's another reason why I kind of like
they have to,
and the essence.
That's what Nnamdi Kanu. That's the smart move of Nnamdi Kanu. That's why they are mad.
And
that's the reason why they went to kidnap him.
Shit out of
they committed international terrorism. Yeah. I didn't hear you.
I'm with you. Continue now.
I said that's the reason why they went out, forfeit all the shame, put the shame back behind them, put the shame of terrorism behind, and went far as going internationally to commit Fulani, to commit their terrorism. Apart from the one they are committing in Nigeria with all their terrorist group. Are you getting me? So T.Y. Danjuma, for the life of his people, if he creates his own ESN, the Middle Belt Security Network, they will live in the forest, because if you want to catch monkey, you must behave like monkey. You must live like monkey. Fulanis, they are the master of the forest. If you want to barricade them in time, you must master the forest.
And that's why meet them on the battleground, man for man.
I'm telling you, that's why Nnamdi Kanu created ESN and put them in the forest. They're not in the town. Anybody you see army killing in the town is not ESN. They are innocent people. Are you getting me? That is the smartest move that Nnamdi Kanu has ever made for the movement of Biafran people. And that's why we are grateful to him, and that's why we will continue to support him more. And that's why we continue. We are ready to sacrifice our lives to the last man standing to see that Biafra is restored. And then Nnamdi Kanu, they are keeping. It's Fulani that is keeping him, and we know them.
There's nothing they can do. They will have to let him go as well.
Nigeria has expired. Nigeria has expired in our memory. It's Fulani that we know that is holding Nnamdi Kanu. If anything happened to him, we will enter the desert with them. That's what they should know. We will enter the desert with them.
Thank you very much.
Bless
yes, sir. Yes. You have a good one. Prince Jejeman, representing IPOB for life. That's how you kind of address him, okay? Hello there.
Good evening, Maiyegun.
Oh, good
evening. This is Wanda Biafra. How are you today? Happy New Year, sir. Wanda Biafra.
Wanda Biafra. Milady, how are you?
Very well, sir. How are you?
Very well, too. Thanks for asking.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, too, ma'am.
Perfect.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please know that I am conch dot in a circle. Conch Igbo. And one thing amazed me the other day when you were talking about when Shettyman went to the East to make speech about terrorism in the East. Hundreds and thousands are being killed in the North. No core Northern politician will dare step foot in his village. But that idiot had the mind to come and speak about terrorism in the East. What terrorism?
Because I know.
I just came back from my village. I was there drinking palm wine, moving around, enjoying myself, loving my time in the village, connecting with my people. Not one single smell of an incident. This their propaganda must stop. Any Igbo person, any person from the Southeast that believes for 1 second anything that comes out of the mouth of those idiots need to have their brains washed out.
You can say that again.
We are peaceful people. Our land is peaceful. They are the ones that want to make it something it's not. But thank God to Mazi, thank God for his foresight. Thank God for Eastern Security Network. Because if you want to enjoy Nigeria, just as you gingerly land in Abuja or Lagos, just find your way to the East and relax. Nothing. Unless it's just...
actually made us jealous. I have to be honest, right? Apart from the fact that I was personally happy that this young generation and all of them, including the older ones, are beginning to demystify those stereotyping that, like you said, they want the world to see. All right. But something inside me was like, if Nigeria was good now, I was supposed to probably be part of those people going there to cover that, because this looks so fun, and it must be really fun, right? Yes. And for see, do you know that up till now there is no single incident of any kind of crime reported in the eastern part of Nigeria since the 28th of December to this point? There has been not even anything staged or what have you, none.
Do you know why?
The impression they gave us.
They would like to
tell us.
They would like to paint Igbos as violent terrorists, this, that. An Igbo man cares about his fellow man. An Igbo man cares about the lives and security of his people.
That's right.
Do you understand? That is trained in us. That is trained in us. What hurts my brother hurts us. But there is this horrible propaganda that they have been peddling for a long time. And sometimes you hear them sprout it. Igbos don't care about themselves. It's a lie.
That's another one.
It's a very big lie that they like to propagate. But the issue with that lie is that a lot of people, give a dog a bad name and then hang it with it. But for the Igbos now, I hope that this is the beginning of a renaissance, because Nnamdi Kanu started it.
Told me, ma'am, right? They said before now, talking about all this stereotyping, all this paid painted pictures of people and make people feel like it's this and it's all that. They said that people who, especially this young generation, they said one of the problems that the Igbos seems to be having with a lot of people now is that the Igbos are beginning to respond. Before, they would just be like, okay, that's fine. If you called us, okay, that's right. But now that people are kind of responding back and they are pushing back, is not going down well with people who are used to bashing the Igbos and believing it.
Exactly.
You believe that too?
Exactly.
This generation is not giving it to everybody. They don't want to accept what you just said out there.
One thing.
Yeah, go on.
One thing you do, and you will see renaissance. You'll see what will happen to Igbo land. If they make a mistake and open a seaport, be it on the Niger River, be it Calabar, be it Port Harcourt, if they make mistake, and they know,
they do.
The entrepreneurship of the Igbo is known worldwide.
That's right.
It is known. You go to anywhere in the world, you don't find an Igbo. My friend, turn around and leave. There's no business there.
Yes, it's an unwritten code. I know. The day I realized that, I was like, that makes sense. Because most of the time, you will see the Igbos in the remotest part of anywhere. And what would you do as an Igbo man there? Is either set up a small business that is serving that community in a particular area that you cannot not see that. So if you get to a place and you're like, there is no Igbo, are you sure? You better leave.
My dear, you better leave. And this is why they want to create that propaganda. Because the same Igbo person in this southeast that is a problem, that is this, cannot run this, cannot run that, is still the same Igbo person. When they go to any part of Africa, any part of Europe, any part of the world, they excel.
They do.
So, my friend, why is the raw material, is it not the same raw material? That when you piece it in a Nigerian space, you want to paint it somehow. But the minute it leaves that space and goes outside, it becomes something excellent, something to be emulated. No, when I registered my daughter, because I skipped between the two countries, I'm one of those hard-headed Nigerians that refuse, or hard-headed Biafrans that refuse.
You are the type of I spent so months here, I spent 6 months there. Really?
That is me, sir. That is me. When I went to register my child in school in England, they asked me for her ethnicity. And when I ticked Nigerian, they actually had specific Nigerian, and then they wanted to know if you were Igbo or Yoruba. Do you know why, sir?
Why, sir? Why, ma'am? Sorry.
Because when it comes to educational attainment in the UK, number 1 are the Igbos, number 2 are the Yorubas, number 3 are the Chinese.
And that's a fact I can attest to.
Go and check it. You understand? So whatever it is that Nigeria is doing, whatever it is they're doing amongst themselves, they should carry on. I know for a fact.
You know what somebody
It
told
is their
me?
loss.
Yeah, you know what somebody told me, that if not because of an unfortunateness of these creatures, right? Nigeria trade between the between the West and the East. The volume of trade there is the highest in the entire West African region, beyond Nigeria, right? But that axis continue to suffer the real attention, infrastructural development and attention towards that, right? Intentionally.
Yes,
and like you said, it should continue. One of these days, right? A lot of Igbos will need to run their business through this singular port they have right now. And you know why I believe that? Do you know that you can actually book Ethiopian airline from the UK straight to Enugu now without going to Lagos or Abuja anymore? Internationally.
Of course.
You know you must anyway, yeah. So that
I always fly to Port Harcourt.
if that is developed and more airlines begin to fly that route, and another seaport is right there somewhere close, you are right. It will be the loss of Nigeria, and I hope they know.
They know, Maiyegun, they know. They know. I don't know where I read today that there is some sort of brewing plans to try and tax mansions. Igbo mansions.
It was
they're already
Tinubu.
Exactly. And then you think about it, this high price of cement, who are they putting that tax on? Because cement price is only artificially inflated. Because that is the raw building materials. Who are the people that are actually going around the world building, if not the Igbos and the Yorubas? Yes, constructing the true federal Nigerian citizen for our sins are actually the Igbos and the Yorubas. Yes, because everywhere you go to Jos, you see what they develop. You go to Lagos, see what they develop. Abuja, which city in this Nigeria? Can you put hands and you will not see them? Yes,
right. You are right.
Where will you not see the Southerners working? If you're targeting taxes, who are you targeting? Not the Southerners. The banking system, rubbish. If you put your money in the bank in the South, you will pay interest. They will charge you to put your money in the bank.
That's right.
In the South. But if you put your money in the North, same bank, put it in the North, they will not charge you.
That's nice.
So the same deposit. So check it, sir. If you think I'm wrong, the same deposit you make in the South, you will pay tax on that. You will be charged for depositing your money in the South.
And all that, they are only limited to the
Yes,
South.
sir.
Is that what you are saying? Like,
yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I'm saying. But if you make those same deposits in Kano, you make them in Kaduna, you make them in Sokoto, you will not pay. And the banks are well aware of that. What are you doing?
Wow.
You want to kill the goose because that then it makes the optics makes
like
better sense for you.
Yeah, like wow.
Wow.
I'm just trying to imagine, right? Just trying to imagine, like, oh dear, like really, wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that
I have enjoyed
system thing is that deep. Never knew.
It is that deep, sir. It is that deep, sir. The one thing I know is that I have spent the most magnificent holiday time, despite all the noise and everything, in the East. It's been heartrending to be there.
Yeah.
Yes, and observe the suffering on ground, and it is only going to get worse. It is only going to get worse.
People like you,
despite the peace and everything.
People like you actually renewed my personal conviction that, see, the power of liberation and all of that actually lies with us, right? They were running that propaganda successfully, all right, for some time. But you see that December video, hi. Wait, you see that you see them coming out with taxing your mansions, Abi? That's just the beginning. You see that December video demystified a lot. Like, so many people have no idea what all the Igbos who went home that Christmas, December, and all of that, and shared that experience. All those young people, they have no idea what they have done. Just give it time. They demystified all the 8 years lie of APC in a space of a few days.
Yes, to put the full final stop on that, their nonsense. If any of them feel say they be man, any of the northern governors feel say they be man, make them go to their villages for the holidays. They dare not. As far as they go, all of them are in Abuja. Bar none. all their governors, representatives, and everything. They're in Abuja. The number of Hausa families or Fulani families that are now jackpot to the UK, jackpot to the UK, is the thing. You're not seeing it. A lot of people are not seeing it. But if you look down, you will see them.
A lot.
People who can afford to put their children in schools in Nigeria where they're paying £1,000 per term are bringing their families out of Nigeria to go to London, to go to safer climes, because the kidnapping, because the insecurity, because of the environment that they have created. And like Nnamdi Kanu said, Akanshi Gaba Ono. I will translate it for you. It means that your hand where you use to wipe your shitty ass will enter your mouth. So that thing that they did by empowering terrorism has meant that they cannot go to their ancestral home, and they cannot stay in Abuja, and the children cannot stay in Nigeria now. Their children are the first casualties. Their families are the first casualties, because those guys that they empowered, if they born you well as a terrorist, cross the Niger River to say you want to maraud in the southeast, if they born you well, why? This goes without saying now. But if you want to enjoy yourself,
thank you.
You stay in the north.
I know. I could listen to you.
You could. I know we could carry on forever. But I am very happy that I got through to you.
You and I have actually been talking for nearly 15 minutes, right? And if
are you serious? I am so sorry.
No, don't be.
I am so sorry. I did not mean to take up your time.
Seriously, that's how it felt like. So thank you.
I'm so happy.
So glad to.
Well, I will raise one jar of palm wine for you, Maiyegun, for this season.
I hope it's the one that you actually brought back from the village. You probably
the one I collected at the foot of the palm tree, Maiyegun, the best one.
Bless you, the correct one. So I appreciate that, village. So you have a good one.
Thank you, sir.
And
thank you, sir.
Well,
good night.
Beautiful
Bye-bye.
And one thing about where people are no longer driven by the propaganda, the fear that Nigerian system continue to spend on. It kind of gladdens my own heart, by the way, when people say, Maiyegun, forget that we've seen through the lies. We've actually experienced that all these were cooked. And I want it to continue that way, seriously. It has to, because you might not know the generations you are actually helping. Sorry, my caller, for keeping you there. Can you hear me still?
I'm here. I'm here. Thank you so much. They say, do be careful what you do. You don't know who's watching you. The generations are watching us. We must stand. We must stand.
Thanks a lot. You have a good one.
Thank you, Maiyegun.
You have a good one. So that's the lady Uwa Ada Biafra. You can tell, if we have to kind of identify identify everybody with their worth, she will be a title holder, the first daughter, something. So it's a pleasure. Now, I kind of have another caller on the line, and I hope I got you connected. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, bless you. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm okay.
You might need to.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
You might need to mute the broadcast, okay? That's a bit delayed.
So I'm hearing you.
Do you hear that?
Yeah. I'm hearing you, Maiyegun.
I know you're hearing me, but you might need to mute the broadcast, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so
it's already muted.
Yes, now.
Okay.
So please.
Okay, my good general. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Happy New
Year, sir.
I'm Mr. Ojo from Basel.
Did you say OJ?
Ojo.
Oh, it's Ojo.
Ojo from Basel. Last time we spoke last year. This is New Year now.
Remember, that's what I'm trying to remember now. But I would have pronounced that as Ojo, but Ojo. Now that
Ojo, you're right. Now Ojo is the same thing. Ojo and Ojo is the same thing.
Oh, you just ruined that for me. I wanted to say. I wanted to say Ojo. That makes it easier for me to know that that's special. So when I hear you, I will say no. But now you've heard it. So I'm going to say Ojo. How are you, sir?
Ojo, you are right. Not really Nigeria where you be.
You know. So please, you are speaking to Maiyegun and you are saying Ojo. We are not in the office. You are currently not in the office anywhere. You are getting. Oh, that's not fair. Anyway, How are you doing tonight, sir?
Sorry, I'm okay, my brother. Happy New Year, and to your family too.
I mean, we are fine. Oh, thanks for asking. And yours?
We're okay, my dear. We're okay. Thank God.
That is great. Please.
Maiyegun, my brother, you are doing a great job. You know, I will continue to hail you always for what you are doing. It's not easy, you know. And one thing you should realize that you will not be tired in what you are doing. You are doing a very great job.
Because of people like you that continue to tell me that someone somewhere appreciates what I am doing. So that's enough to make me feel like at least I've got people who actually appreciate what I'm doing, even though they don't owe me anything, right? But still, people like you makes me come here every night anyway. So thank you, at least for saying it to me. Please.
We have to lift you, my dear. You know, my people say the person will travel too much. The people will travel too much. They know more than people will get white hair.
Well, some people even said it in English. So they say traveling is the best education. Because what you are going to learn when you travel will never be taught in the classroom. So it's closer to what you also. Yeah, I know. So why I was saying that you will not be tired, you have to conclude the message because I remember during the independence in Africa, it was people like Nkrumah them who traveled with the rest of them who brought independence into Africa. That's true.
So yeah, because people there, they don't know what is happening actually because they're almost at the back of the war. They don't follow events that is happening. Like they have always tried to divide us with the tribe and religion. I know. The first house where I was living before, when I was in Europe, I was in Moscow. Inside that house, I was living. I'm an Igbo. I was living with a Yoruba boy, Sikuru. I was living with Epa. I was living with Andra. I was living with everybody, and we had a very good family relationship, all of us. You understand? So I was thinking that Nigeria have not gone far, but Nigeria have really gone far because this last election they conducted in Nigeria, it shows a lot of things. The Nigerians are not looking at the tribe and the religion and all these things anymore. You understand? So the thing is there is that Nigerians have come to understand who are the real enemies of the people.
They are coming around to understand. Though you're right.
They have understood it, and if not how they rig the election, Nigeria will have dealt with PDP and APC in Nigeria. That would have been the end of their political life.
That is also true.
Yeah, before they messed it up the way they did. But we are still here. We are not dead. But the events in Nigeria happening actually, this killing everywhere is business. It's business. Like somebody asked you a question there. I love the way you tackle that question and the way you answer that question. It was perfect. Because some people are getting from this terrorism. People are supplying food. People are supplying medicine. People are supplying weapons and all these things. But to my greatest surprise, how can this be happening in this Nigeria of our own country?
I know. Unimaginable.
Those things happening there, it doesn't give us...
Growing up, there were some things they told us. If you see a soldier, they say one Nigerian soldier is like 1,000 civilian. So which means all of you are not soldiers. And you see soldier, to the point that I always believe that a soldier cannot even be... Do you know something? I actually used to believe as a kid that when they shoot a soldier cannot die. As a kid.
Exactly.
Because I have seen soldiers who collected gun from policemen. And soldier collected gun. You will see the toughest tout. Strong-headed tout. Once they see soldier, they will pick race. So to me, as a growing up boy, right? I always felt like a soldier is like, it's like somebody where we say, if anybody they misbehave in that place, once they say soldier here, everybody must behave. Until I see soldier, until I saw a soldier.
Soldier, more than human, you know.
You get them? Until I saw a policeman, a soldier, policeman, where they hug vigilante, we rescue him from kidnapper. I say it's over, it's finished. You are on your own, everybody's on his own. No? Let's be honest, though. Gone are the days that you say, thank God soldiers are here. Where? You go, they run like this from terrorists. You go see soldier where they run next to you. You say, officer, where are you going? But that never used to be like that. You know that now. It never used to be like that.
Yeah, of course.
So
it's not.
Go on. Mm-hmm.
It's not normal. The country they are building will in the end cut all of us up. Just like you said that these children here now, what are they going to be in 22 years time?
See,
or 25, 30 years time? Everybody will be the victim of this shit. Don't think you are safe, because all of us now, this time you are talking about, we are going back to Nigeria because we cannot live in Europe here forever. Are we going to live in Gambia or Ghana? Or so we cannot go home again.
You live here till you are 80. Then they kidnap 80-year-old people. They get pride.
Imagine.
Too. So whether we like it or not, eventually we are going to meet it there. So why not use this moment to continue to remind everybody? Maybe everybody will understand and we can stop this calamity before it gets to that year. That's what we are doing now. You know that, Ojo?
Exactly. Exactly. But I wish the people in Nigeria can get this message. You understand? That is my fear, that the people in Nigeria are not getting this message. Some minutes ago here, you were showing a building costing about 3 to 5 billion, where people want to go and pray. Maiyegun, that money, is it not, can't be enough to build a factory to employ people?
32 billion.
That's a church. There is a church here in Switzerland, here in Basel, here. At a point here, people don't attend the church again because there's no money coming in the church. And they have to pay for the water. And they have to pay for electricity, there, everything. You know what they do? They rent it out to people for restaurant and the bar to make money. But in Nigeria, church is business.
Yeah, just
so now, instead of building a factory, government have to spend people's money, taxpayers' money, to build a church of how many billion? 3 billion or 4 billion.
So they can go there and
32 billion naira. Can you imagine that? Is it not madness? That is pure madness. I have always been worried, and then I've always asked this question. And I've always asked them that, imagine. This will build about 2 or 3 factories to employ people. And people are going there to go and pray.
One Igwe just shared 63 million naira to 63 youths in Igbo land. The news is out there now. I mean,
do you know what that means in 10 to 15 years time?
And he told them, he said he give them 10 years. So he want to see 63 millionaires in 10 years. Even if all the 63 no go be the multimillionaires, right? If not 50.
Half of them go be.
In business, so 32 billion, somebody go take build a fish will look like airport.
Oh.
That has no value.
Sometimes I wonder what is wrong with us. So who do us this thing? Now who do us this kind of thing? Today I was telling somebody, my dear brother, I will prefer a Jesus that look like me. You understand? I will prefer Jesus that look like me. But you see our people in Nigeria, Europeans doesn't defend religion. But you see people in Nigeria, it's people who will defend religion. I told them sometimes, look at the history of these people. If they could have conquered us into slavery with prayers, they should have done that than coming to Africa to kidnap everybody, shoot people and kill people.
Captured by prayers. Now guns and powder and everything. But look at the people captured. Now we call they use prayer to fight war. Well, it's a long shot.
How can you use prayer to fight the war?
Baba? Ojo,
no.
Thank you so much.
My brother. My dear, thank you so much. It's my pleasure talking to you every time. Sometimes when I'm feeling so bad, Yalan is always busy. I try to see that I will reach you. I need to cure myself, to heal my heart a little bit. So all these things gives me pain when I listen to you talking. Yeah. What you are saying is real, and everybody knows it's real. But the question is, how can we change this? Because after the election, we thought we could have done something. I was here crying, sponsoring, giving money for people to go and vote, and then encourage them to take their PVC, and things are going to work. But in the end, now, I don't think there will even be another election in Nigeria again.
I know.
What are you going to tell them to go and vote again?
Well, they are already encouraging Atiku to also come out and the rest of that. But I think events will decide where this is going to be. Ojo, Thank you so much once again, okay?
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Oda.
God bless you, Baba. You take it easy, all right? Good night, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Sir. Now, that's Ojo there. And listen, I would have taken more calls if the time will let us, but our time is really far gone now, okay? So thanks to everybody who is part of this tonight. And I hope our line will never have any problem again, so that at least everybody who has something to say, who couldn't say them tonight, can always say them some other time. But to those of you who are still here, right, remember, like the broadcast, share the broadcast, subscribe to my channel, leave Facebook if they won't let you comment on my videos or even share them. Come on, go on to the YouTube. It's easier there. It's even fun there, by the way. And I wish I could be the one in the comment section and somebody else is talking here so I can engage with all of you in the comments, right? Well, you know I can't. You came here to listen to the GO himself. So thank you. Now, I'm going to see you some other time, okay? Please remember, same time, same place tomorrow. And please pay attention. Focus to what they are doing, not what they are saying, right? I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran òun.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ̀ bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.